the Herbal Book of Shadows Toolkit has many, many things in it. There we go. That looks good. So here we go again. All right, so it has the video lessons in it that I did for an Herbal Book of Shadows challenge. And they are much longer lessons than the one I sent out this challenge. I gave you guys about 5 minutes snippets worth. And here is a bunch of videos that are much longer, talking about Herbal Book of Shadows and just lots of herbal information in there, making some elderberry syrup. So those are at least 30 to 50 minutes long a piece. And then we have the templates that I was describing. So here's the witchy templates. And what I'll just show you right now is the, let's look at the plant profile. The plant profile is much longer than the one I gave you. So I'm just going to switch real quick to make sure. Yep, that looks good. So here we go. So here is the plant name that you can put here, and it's all fillable. Electronically, you can do all sorts of things. You can print it, you can download it, you can fill it in right from your computer. You can certainly print it and write or draw pictures or anything like that. You could cut pictures out of magazines and add them on there too. Then as we move down, you can see part used, the plant part that gets used. I know that some parts of the plant get used for different things. So you may just want to have one plant profile for dandelion root and then the other one for dandelion leaf. Or you could just indicate that on the plant profile. When you write down what it's used for, then you could just say, this is the plant part, use the leaf for this particular thing. Let's see, then we have herbal actions, which I already described what those were in our Herbal Book of Shadows lesson, and indications and applications plus the dosage. So if you have any information about dosage or how much works for you, then you can write all that information in there. So then the contraindication section is what, some things to watch out for with this particular herb. If you're looking into comfrey, there's some cautions with comfrey. Some people have certain cautions, and those are the things that you would want to write there. Or if maybe you had some sort of reaction to a certain herb, you'd want to put that down too. So as we move down in this plant profile, and you can see it's got this kind of witchy theme to it. Now, if you're going to be growing a particular herb or plant, you could write your experience down here and just keep your tips and tricks for this certain one right there if you want to. And then perhaps you're not growing it, but you're harvesting it. You could put those tips and experiences down there too. So then here comes the big section for meditations, rituals, ceremonies, and experiences that you've had with this particular herb. Maybe there's a certain meditation you made or listened to that goes really well with this particular plant. You can write that down in there or type it in. And then certainly a place to add herbal remedies. You could put the recipe right here, the book page number where it's at, the website address there too. And I do have an herbal recipes sheet template that you can use as well. So I'll show you that in a second here. What else do we have? So honor the teachers and the sources. I was talking about that just a bit ago about how to keep track of where you've gotten the source from in case you want to go back and reference it again or make sure that the recipe's right, or just give some credit to people that are teaching you too, so that it's very important to be able to say, hey, I learned this from my grandmother or a neighbor. It just gives some more validity to the information for other people that you may be teaching, and it really is just nice to be able to kind of give credit to those people if you start to teach others about it too. Just nice to give them honor for that. So then then let me go see here. If we look in the Purple Fairy template, let's see, Purple Fairy one, I'll show you the herbal remedy sheet for that, recipe sheet for that. I did send you one in the email. I can't remember, I think it looks much different. Oh, it's got the same boxes and everything, but just a different design to it. But you can see here the recipe name, your ingredients, your directions, what it's good for, what you want to use it for, and then any adjustments or, you know, tips that you want to remind yourself next time, like, you know, don't cook it this long, or stir these things in last, and just little tips like that that you want to make. Or if you did a substitution for an ingredient in the recipe and it worked out well, you want to remember that. So now I'm going to the Fantasy Fairy templates, and what I'll do is show you a summer solstice planning sheet. Every design has the same kind of layout, just different, you know, different pictures on there. So you can plan for your summer solstice, kind of get some ideas flowing here, what's going on in the nature around you, what do you want to represent in there, and what kind of things in your house or around you want to put on an altar or in a you know, in a centerpiece on your table to honor this time of a year, and just gives you all sorts of space to keep track of songs and meditations, rituals and prayers and other spiritual activities that would honor the summer solstice. You know, put those there so you remember what things you can do from year to year. And then also there is a kind of a journal page to remember and reflect on what you did that year or in past years. So like I said, you can do what works well, and try different things every year, but kind of remember how that went for you. So that's what those look like. And again, they're in those 5 designs that I have. Let's look at the leaves template. So the leaves one, let's look at the plant memories one. I kind of gave you a journal page for this during the Herbal Book of Shadows challenge, and here is another sheet for it. And some of your plant memories that you first had, or any, you know, dreams that you may have, or anything like that that you want to keep track of. This is a nice sheet to do that. And of course you can fill up as many sheets as you want, and have that handy too. The last one, of course, is the plain one. And it's just plain, as you can imagine, but looks like the same kind of templates I just showed you for the other ones. Let's look at the plant profile. So it's plain. You could, you know, add anything else you wanted to it, colors or pictures or drawings or glitter or whatever you want. So that's just what the plain one looks like. We've got some cover pages. So here's the Herbal Book of Shadows cover pages: mortar and pestle without stars, mortar and pestle with stars, just the purple circle here, a plain one again so that you can decorate it as you see fit. And then here's the witch and star one. So that's what they are. They're just a regular sheet of paper that you could add into the binder or on a front page of a notebook. Pretty simple. And then here are the some more of the lessons. So let's look at some flower lessons here. The flower lesson has 3 different flowers that I describe in it. And you can see here that there's slides this video are in these slides here. So you can either watch it or just print it, take notes that way too. And so this one's 48 minutes long. That's kind of similar to what most of them are. So, you know, I definitely talk about what they look like, some recipes, what they're used for, how to grow them, how to dry some of them, just all sorts of information about them that you can add to your Herbal Book of Shadows and get to know these plants and how to use them. And also, of course, magical talk of these herbs and what you can use them for. And then just real quick here, we'll look at the drying herbs lesson. Another video with the sheets over there. And as you can see, I just talk about different techniques and processes that work for drying herbs. Lots of pictures so that you can, you know, really see what's going on, since we're just here in the cyber world. It's hard to show all these things. I even have some video within the video here of me hanging herbs and doing other things. So, and just to show you what that looks like with a PDF. So there is the PDF. Okay. So that is all in this wonderful website that I have, that you can access this information wherever you have internet access, and you can log in anywhere. There, I have other things in this site as well, so you can see I have the Plant Priestess Circle. That's a membership. We do lots of things there. I have other lessons and free things in here too, so you'll be able to, you should be able to take a look at even some of this, the content, even if it's locked for you, that you'll be able to see kind of some of the outline of it. So if you're not, if you're locked out of it because you don't have access to it, you'll be able to at least see what's in there. Okay, so this is the Herbal Book of Shadows challenge that we just did. I have it all here in one spot. So I'll be sending information out to you all if you want to be able to log in and find all the Herbal Book of Shadows challenge information rather than looking through your email. You could just log into one place and have it right here. So I'll get that information out to you as well. So the Herbal Book of Shadows toolkit is $49, or until the end of the month, you can do a payment plan of $25 each. And so I'll put information in the comments and in the group about how to sign up for that. And it's just a one-time fee. If I add other information and templates to the toolkit, you'll get those at no charge once you have just paid for it once, then you get whatever else I add to it. So if you have any questions, let me know. And thanks for joining in the second time, because I just did this little preview of the toolkit and I wasn't sharing my screen properly. So sorry about that. And thanks for joining.